Welcome everybody, namaste. My name is Elizabeth and I will be guiding you through a yoga basics flow. So wherever you are, just make sure that you have a yoga mat and then maybe 1 or 2 yoga blocks by your mat. And we'll take a comfortable seat. So just crossing at your shins, wiggle around. If this is uncomfortable for you, you can always take your yoga block underneath your sitting bones for a little support. Good, and just ground yourself here. Hands will rest to the knees or the thighs. And just close the eyes. So seeing if you can shift the weight forward and back. And then just finding your center. Shoulders stacking over the hips. And with the eyes being closed, just seeing if you could bring your focus inward. Letting go of everything that happened prior to stepping on your yoga mat. And just knowing that you can start fresh and new here. Seeing if you can sit taller with a nice long spine. And now seeing if you can bring awareness into your breath. So seeing if you can relax the muscles in your face. And just allowing that breath to deepen in and out through the nose. Seeing if you can scan the body from the crown of the head down to your toes. And just noticing a shift that's already happened. We're going to zoom in on that breath a little bit more here. So just taking one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart, and just take a big exhale, sigh it out. Good. On your inhale, just fill the belly, and then just pause center. Inhale, carry the breath all the way into the chest, back of the throat, hold. Open the mouth, big sigh out. Just like that. Inhale, fill the belly. So find some energy in that right hand, hold. Inhale, breath carrying into the chest, back of the throat, hold it here. Big ha sound. So we want to keep that ha sound, but this time we're going to keep the lips together and closed. Inhale, fill the belly. Pause. Inhale, carry the breath into the chest. Pause, hold it here. Lips stay together, exhale. So we're still pushing the air out through the nostrils, but we're feeling it into the back of the throat, kind of like ocean waves. Again, like that, inhale, fill the belly. Pause. Inhale all the way to the chest, back of the throat, hold. Lips together, exhale. Good. So just taking a couple rounds just like that at your own pace, finding your rhythm today. Try not to force the breath, letting it become natural. I'm just guiding it through. So no matter what happens on our mat, just always coming back to your breath, noticing the length, the sound. Staying as you are, just take your hands to heart center so the hands will come together to press and just bowing down. So just setting the tone for this practice, setting an intention that's going to be your inspiration today. Bringing your attention to a specific thought or word that you'd like to embody in this practice. And just let that be a gentle reminder as we start to add a little bit of movement with the breath. Gently just flutter the eyes open. And then on your inhale, let's reach the arms all the way up to the sky. So hands connect at the very top of that breath. And then exhale, take it right to heart center. Elbows are wide. Inhale, reach those arms all the way up. As you exhale, then it starts to lower. Making that breath long, deep, and free. Last time, inhale, reach to the very top. As you exhale, hands to your heart. Good, interlace the fingers, press the palms forward, and just draw your chin towards your chest. Round the back, bring the shoulders close to your ears. And then on your inhale, reach the arms straight up to the sky. So your palms are reaching up. Open up the chest. And then as you exhale, round and contract once again. Inhale, lift it up. Separate your hands, like to make tight fists, and then just start to roll out to the wrists, and then float the arms down for the count of 5. No rush here. 4, 3, keep breathing. 2, 1, keep those fists, big shoulder roll all the way up towards the ears, hold at the very top. Big exhale. If you're sitting on a block or you had a cushion there, just remove it out from underneath. And we'll just take a gentle side stretch here. So working your left fingertips out to the side, keeping your sitting bones grounded, and then reaching your right arm up and back. Float the right arm forward and then over the head, maybe facing down to the left hand, the wrist, and just breathing into the right side body. So you can find stillness here. You can always add a little bit of a pulse by bending at that left elbow. Hold it here if you are moving. Right hand to that left knee. And then fingertips crawl behind you, looking over that left shoulder. So really finding a deep twist here, lengthening through your spine. Crown of the head is reaching up high. Let's look forward. Just extend your arms out nice and long, maybe round the back, just hang heavy. So once again, sitting bones are grounded to your mat. Stay as you are, take an inhale. And then as you exhale, roll yourself up one vertebrae at a time. Take your hands behind you and just switch the cross of the legs, other leg in front. Arms down, let's take that shoulder roll again, all the way up towards your ears. Make tight fists, hold the breath. Big exhale. Good, once again, finding your center. And then right fingertips out to the side, left arm reaches up and back. Left arm reaches over the head, maybe gazes down. You can always look up, but just see how your neck feels today. Finding stillness or pulsing it out by bending at your elbow. And then find that stillness once again. Left hand to that right knee, and then the fingertips claw behind you, looking over the shoulder. So we're twisting from the low belly, the shoulder blades, and then softening your gaze. You can always close your eyes. Let's begin to look forward, and then just release your arms out nice and long, maybe coming onto those fingertips. Stay here, take an inhale. And then as you exhale, roll yourself up once again. Take the shoulders up, make fist inhale. Big exhale. Good, we're gonna meet in an all four position facing to the top of the mat. Just coming onto your hands and your knees. Nice tabletop position. So from here, we just wanna make sure the shoulders are directly over the wrists, hips directly over the knees. And then just start to spread your fingers nice and wide. So you can see the mat between all 10 fingers here, press down to the knuckles. And then from here, cat and cow. So just see if you can drop your belly, work your shoulders back, take an inhale. As you exhale, press into the palms, keep the arms strong and straight, and then round the back, chin towards your chest. Slight tuck of the tailbone under. Longer breath, inhale, drop the belly, shoulders back, look out or up. As you exhale, round and press, chin to your chest. 2 more like that. Inhale, fill to the very top. Exhale, round and press. Last time, inhale. Exhale, press. Hold it here. We're going to take angry cat. So you're going to keep the puffiness in the upper back and shoulders. Just come on to your fingertips, getting the weight out of the hands. And then lift your feet, just twirl out through the ankles. Maybe some sounds back there, a little crackling. And then see if you can just tuck your toes, bring your palms down flat. So your hands and feet are gonna stay exactly as they are. We're gonna meet in our downward facing dog. So keep pressing into your palms. Just slowly float the knees off of the mat, lift your hips, thighs pull back. Feet should be hip distance apart. Hands are shoulder distance. If you're feeling really tight in your hamstrings today, you can bend the knees or see if you can take your feet a little bit wider than your hips. Remembering that this is your practice, you see what fits today. Gaze is between the ankles in front of the big toes. And it's totally fine if the heels are hovering above the mat. They do not have to touch. Big inhale, let's lift those heels. Come high to your toes, draw the navel towards your spine. And then big exhale. Bend the knees deeply and then work your hands back, forward fold. We call this Uttanasana. So keeping the knees bent, just grab opposite elbows and sway side to side. Letting the head be really heavy. You can always straighten one leg, maybe both. Release your hands down. On your inhale, lift up halfway so fingers line up with the toes or maybe pressing into your shins. Nice flat back. And then exhale, go right back down, forward fold. Again, inhale, lift up halfway. Shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, fold. Stay here, bend your knees, relax your head, relax the arms, the wrists, the fingers, and then take 5 counts, roll yourself up. So nice and slow for 5. Head's the last thing to lift. 4, 3, 2, on 1. Standing tall, shoulders up. Exhale, release. So this is our mountain pose, Tadasana. So you can take your feet a little bit closer if they were a little bit wider. And then shoulders down the back. Arrive in this moment. Set your gaze or close the eyes. Just breathe. Revisiting that intention. Finding those positive qualities to bring onto your mat. Finding peace, strength, whatever comes to mind here. Take your hands to heart center and just flutter the eyes open. On your inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Hands connect, top of the breath. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, arms reach all the way up. We'll take a side stretch here. So lower the right arm down, pull your hips to the left. You can look up or maybe down. Grounding down to the feet, come back to center. So use your core, lift up. Exhale, left arm down, hips will pull to the right. Center, inhale. Swan dive, separate the hands, hinge at your hips, take up a lot of space, forward fold, bring it down. Inhale, half lift. Back to that downward facing dog. So work your hands forward, top of the mat. From here, look forward, meet in a high plank. So round the upper back, maybe smudge your toes behind you. Just hold it here for 3. Nice and strong, 2. On 1, 1 strong piece, lower down to your belly. Untuck your toes, forehead is to the mat. So just keep your hands right by your chest and just hug the elbows in and then glue the toes down into the earth. Stay as you are, just take an inhale. And then exhale. We're gonna work into our baby cobra. So keep pressing into the palms and then slowly lead with the chin and chest to open up your heart. And then exhale, slowly lower down. Keep engaged in the low back and the glutes. Inhale, baby cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, release. If that feels okay and you wanna add on for upward facing dog, work your hands back towards the waist. If not, then just keep your hands right by the chest. For up dog, same motion. You're leading with the chin and chest, straightening out with the arms. Your legs can stay down or you can lift your knees and thighs. Take an inhale. Wherever you are, child's pose. Take the knees nice and wide. Connect the toes back to the mat. Hips heavy, extend your arms forward. For some of you, this might be a little bit of a struggle, not touching down. So if you have that yoga block available, I recommend by resting it underneath your forehead so your neck stays in line with your spine. Finding a deeper connection here. Spread those fingers. Belly is hanging between the legs. Just finding some clarity with that breath. Long inhales, deep and complete exhales, all through the nostrils. Stay here, just come onto your fingertips. So floating the wrists, the elbows away from the earth. And then bringing the palms back down flat. Let's revisit that all four position. So as you look forward, coming onto your hands and your knees. So knees underneath your hips. If you have that block, just putting it to the side. Good. Bring your knees close together and then just tuck the right toes to the back of the mat. So finding a nice long line and then just shift the weight forward and back. Just getting into the hands, the wrists. See if you can activate your core. So just draw your navel towards your spine. Find stillness here. And then see if you can lift your right toes off of the mat. So our hips are gonna stay level, push actively with that heel. Set your gaze. See if you can come on to your left fingertips. Stay as you are. If you wanna add some balance, send your left arm out. Just hold for 3. If it's too much, just tap the toes down or the left hand down. Breathe for 2. Lift a little bit higher, inhale. All forward position on your exhale. Knees are back to hip distance. Let's tuck the toes, drop the belly, inhale. Downward facing dog on your exhale. Hips high, thighs pull back. Keep pressing into your palms. Inhale, lift the heels, come onto the balls of the feet. Just bend your right knee, drive the left heel down. Inhale, lift both heels up. Bend at the left knee, drive the right heel down. Both heels lift up. Exhale, both heels release. Look forward, all forward position. Once again, untuck the toes. Bring your knees close together. This time, left toes tuck back of the mat. And then add that movement. Nice and slow. Keep the breath present. Find stillness here. And then maybe lifting the left leg away from the earth. Find that focal point, a spot within a spot. Maybe come onto the right fingertips and then see if you can just float the right arm forward. Just hold it here for 3. Thighs are pulling towards the center line. 2. Lift a little bit higher. Reach the chest forward. On 1, all 4 position. Tuck the toes, drop the belly, inhale. Downward facing dog on your exhale. Inhale, lift the hips, lift the heels. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, lift the hips, lift the heels. Bend your right knee, drive the left heel down to the mat. Both heels lift up. Bend your left knee, drive the right heel down. Both heels lift up. Both heels release. Hold it here for 3. Shoulders pulling away from the ears. Thighs are spiraling in and back for 2. On 1, let's look forward, bend the knees a lot, and then just walk up towards your hands to the top of the mat. You're in a forward fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, release. We're gonna reverse our swan dive. So soften those knees, come to stand. Inhale, reach your arms all the way to the sky. Hands connect, top of the breath. Exhale, hands to your heart center. You're doing great. Inhale, reach your arms all the way high. Side stretch, right arm down, hips to the left. Back through center, inhale. Exhale, left arm down, hips to the right. Center, inhale. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Take the left toes to the back of the mat, easy lunge. We want to make sure that the knee stays over the ankle, and then drop your left knee, untuck your back toes, Anjaneyasana. Float your arms up. As you exhale, lower the hips down. If the arms are too intense, you can always rest your hands to the knee, maybe the thigh. Let gravity pull the hips forward and down here. Any variation. Take another inhale. Exhale, brush the fingertips out in front of you. Tuck those left toes, easy lunge. It's a wide leg standing forward fold. So we're gonna straighten both legs. Work your arms over to the left, hands under shoulders, and start to angle those toes in. If the earth is far, take that yoga block underneath your hands for a little support. Inhale, lift up. So we're pulling away from the low back. Good, exhale, release. So hands to your prop, or maybe down to the earth. Gently nod your head up and down like you're saying yes. And then side to side like you're saying no. Breath is deepening here. Inhale, lift up halfway. Let's all bend the knees a lot, and then take your hands to your waist. Ground down through your feet, and then come to stand nice and tall. Roll your shoulders up, inhale. Bring it down, exhale. Take your arms nice and wide. Allow the right toes to point forward. It's warrior two. So deep bend at your right knee. Let's look down at the feet for a second here. So make sure that your right heel is in line with the back left arch of the foot. Find that stance. And then once you're ready, gaze over your right fingertips. Relax the face, just keep breathing. We'll add some movement here, so let's flip the palms. On your inhale, straighten that right leg, hands connect, top of the breath. Exhale, push it out, warrior two. Inhale, lift up to the very top. Exhale, warrior two. Last time, inhale. Exhale, hold those legs. Reverse your warrior. So now we're just gonna flip the right palm, reach that right arm up and back. Breathing into the right side body. Right knee pulls towards the pinky toe side of the foot. So make sure it's not caving in like this. We want to pull it out. Take one more breath as you are. We'll meet back in that warrior two, arms reach out. And then from here, straighten your right leg. Should feel a little heat there. Shorten your stance, so if it's a little bit wide, just bring your left foot up an inch or two. We're setting up for triangle pose. So let's flip the right palm just to create a little bit more space. And then we're gonna hinge at that right hip. So you're reaching forward, and then right hand will rest to your shin, left arm to the sky. If you have a block, I recommend pressing your right hand into that, and then lean back. Lengthen those toes. Let's all gaze down to the right foot. So if you have any neck or shoulder injuries, you might want to keep the gaze down. If not, then drawing that chin towards your shoulder, towards your chest, and then all the way up to the left hand. Take another inhale. Look forward, easy lunge. So we're bending the right knee, hands come down to frame out through the foot. So if you have the block, just putting it to the side. Left heel is up. Lunge twist. Left hand stays flat. Reach your right arm forward and then all the way to the sky. So you're just tracing a half circle with your fingers. If this is a lot, totally fine to modify by dropping the left knee down and then untucking your toes. Keep breathing. Right hand comes down, easy lunge. Lower your hips, look forward. See if you can send this right leg back and up into a down dog split. Just sending it behind you. And then just bend the knee, open up here. Inhale, extend your right leg long. And then exhale, lower it down for downward facing dog. We're gonna take our vinyasa. So from here, look forward, round the upper back. Let's meet in that high plank like we did earlier. One strong piece, lower down to your belly. Untuck the toes, hands by your chest, baby cobra, inhale. Exhale, release. Again, inhale, baby cobra. Exhale. Hands back towards your waist, upward facing dog, lengthen. Child's pose, Balasana, knees out, forehead to the mat. Stay as you are. Inhale, fill the belly, fill the chest, hold to the back of the throat. And then big exhale. Let's start to look forward. We're gonna take a gentle swan pose. So keeping your toes connected, see if you can bring the weight into the palms and just roll your shoulders back. So nice and easy, opening the heart. See if you can look forward and then look over your right shoulder. And then look forward, gazing over the left. Come back to center with your gaze. Downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift those hips nice and high. Still coming back, that nice inverted V shape. Lift the heels, look forward, bend the knees, travel to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, half lifts. Exhale, release. Reverse your swan dive, bend the knees. Inhale, arms pull up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, arms reach out. Side stretch, right arm down, hips to the left. You're doing great, stay with it. Come back through center, inhale. Exhale, left arm down, hips to the right. Center, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. This time, bend the knees. Take the right foot to the back of the mat so we're in an easy lunge. If your hands don't meet the mat, then take both blocks underneath your hands for support. That's why they're there. Drop your right knee, untuck your back toes, travel the hands up to the left leg, or float your arms up to the sky. Low lunge. Try not to force this shape, so if it feels better by pulling the hips back, then just stay here. Making this practice your own. Brush the fingertips out in front of you, reach back in that easy lunge. So tuck the toes, lift the knee. Straighten out the legs. Now we're turning to the right, wide leg standing, forward fold. Totally fine to take those blocks with you. Angle the toes in, inhale, half lifts. And then exhale, release. Once you're here, you can bend one knee at a time, adding a little bit of a side lunge, just adding a little bit of movement. Hands under shoulders, legs are long. Lift up, inhale. Bend those knees, hands to your waist to protect your low back, and then come to stand tall. I'll face you guys. Shoulders up, inhale. Bring it down, exhale. Warrior two, take your arms nice and wide. Now the left toes point back, bend at that left knee. And then your arms are still stretching apart from one another. So totally fine to gaze down at those legs, adjust, and then settling. Feel strong in this pose, really committing yourself to this practice. Three pumps, flip your palms, inhale, lift up to the very top. Open up, warrior two. Like you're moving through water, inhale, rise up. Exhale, open. Last time, inhale. Exhale. Keep those legs, just flip your left hand, reverse your warrior, reaching it up and back. Make sure there's not a lot of weight in that back arm, little to no weight in the fingertips. Meet back warrior two, and then straighten out that left leg. Shorten your stance if it's a little bit wide. Flip your palm triangle pose, hinging at your left hip. Left hand comes down to that block or your shin, and then reaching your right arm to the side. So making sure if you're pressing into your those back toes. Take one more breath. Left hand comes down, easy lunge. Look forward, send your left leg back and up, down dog splits. And then slowly lower, downward facing dog. Shift forward to your plank, lower down to your belly. Baby cobra, inhale. Right to your child's pose, exhale, forehead to the mat. Breathe instead. Noticing where you are with that intention. Keep your hands exactly as they are. Start to look forward. Taking that swan pose once again, shoulders back, lower the hips. Inhale. Downward facing dog on your exhale. Start to look forward, bend the knees, travel to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release. It's chair pose, so start to look forward, deep bend at the knees, hips are low, and just reach your arms to the sky. So weight is in the heels, lift the toes, energize through the palms. Get a little bit lower. Squeeze those legs. 3 more breaths. 2. On 1, come to stand, hands to your hearts. Inhale, arms reach all the way high. Exhale, hands to heart center. From here, take your hands to your waist. We're gonna set up for a tree pose known as Vrksasana. So ground down through your left foot. Your right foot's just gonna press into that left ankle. Lengthen the spine. So you're just gonna stay in this shape. If you wanna add on, working that right foot up the left leg, you can use your hand to adjust. And then seeing if you can take your hands to your heart. Heart is reaching towards your thumbs, elbows are wide. Just find that gaze. Can stay here, maybe open up your arms. If that's not happening today, that's okay. Just breathe. Beautiful focus. Take your hands back to your heart if they were extended, and then lowering the leg down, shake it out. Good, standing to the top of the mat. Inhale, arms reach nice and high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's interlace the fingers, press the palms forward, chin towards your chest, round the back. And then standing back bend, inhale, lift up. Stack the shoulders over the hips. Like we did beginning of practice, separate the hands, make fists, roll it down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shoulders up, make tight fists, hold on tight. Big sigh out the mouth. Let it go. Again, inhale, fill to the top, hold. Big exhale. Good, take your hands to your waist. And then just switching it out, so grounding down through that left foot. Right foot presses into the ankle. Stay here. Maybe working that foot up the leg. You can use your hand to adjust. Hands to your heart. Maybe open up those branches. Just hold for 4, 3, 2, And one. Hands connect, and then just bring it down, shake it out. Nicely done. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Meet in that plank. Bend the knees, step it back. Shift the weight forward, lower down to your belly. Baby cobra, inhale. Lower down, exhale. Work your hands back, upward facing dog. Inhale. Downward facing, exhale. Final dog, just hold it here. Feeling more open in the body, more open in your mind, more open with that breath. Lift the heels, look forward, bend the knees, and then just take a seat. So crossing at your shins, lower down onto your back. Draw the knees in, just rock a little side to side. And then taking the feet down hip distance apart, reaching the arms up and over the head. Soften those elbows, variation of our bridge pose. Just making sure that the heels are close towards the glutes. Lengthen the toes, take an inhale. As you exhale, ground down to the feet, and then slowly peel the low back, the mid back, then the upper back. Hold for 3, 2. Lift a little bit higher, and then slowly lower all the way down. Take your feet nice and wide, and just start to windshield wiper those legs, so just side to side. Next time the knees are over to the right, let's keep them there. And then upper body and arms will shift far to the left. So you're just creating an S shape with your body and just hang heavy. Nice, gentle twist. And then coming back through center, knees lifting up. Still keeping the feet nice and wide. Drop the knees over to the left. Upper body and arms shifting to the right. Come back through center. Draw those knees in. Wrap your arms around the legs. And then from here, see if you can lift your hips. Little momentum, roll yourself up. Extend your legs nice and long. Just move the flesh away from your sitting bones. Take your fingertips outside of the thighs, maybe the knees, shoulders back. We're just gonna take a nice symmetrical forward fold. So inhale as you are. And then as you exhale, just spider crawl the fingertips out in front of you. Keep the heart reaching towards your toes, toes towards your shins. If you want, you can drop your chin. See if you can start to soften the knees, maybe round the back, just be a little bit heavier. And take an inhale. As you exhale, roll yourself up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Scoot your hips forward, come all the way down onto your back. And just extend your legs nice and long, arms wide. Palms are flipped up, and the backs of the hands are just resting onto your mats. We made it to our final resting pose, known as Shavasana. So letting go of the focus, the balance, the breath. And just appreciating all that you were able to do on your mats. Whatever happened or didn't happen was perfect for you today. Making yourself comfortable, completely still. Enjoy this time, and I will guide you back. Staying as you are, just notice the breath passing through the nostrils. Slowly just wiggle the fingers, the toes, just reawaken. Scanning the body from the crown of the head down to your toes. Just noticing all the positive changes that you made in such a short amount of time. Staying as you are, just ending on your backs. Take your hands to heart center and just allowing the thumbs to rest to your chest. Feel the breath once again. Just filling your heart with gratitude that you have this healthy body and healthy breath getting you from one point to the next. Just appreciating every transition that you make on your mat, off of your mat, in your everyday life. And always come back to that breath. Let it guide you, let it anchor you down. Let it find you back to your true self. I'd like to thank you for joining me for this basics practice. Just taking us off into the rest of the week ahead. Positive energy with kind words, just being yourself. I hope you feel light, happy, and free. Light in your feet, happy in your heart, and free in your mind. Namaste. Thanks everybody for joining. Hopefully you're feeling good from the inside out. My name's Elizabeth, and I'll hopefully see you again soon. Namaste.